Okay, you guys, so we're gonna do a little bit of pillow talk right now. um, as I sit here in my lobster PJs. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna stay out too long because I got a flight to catch tomorrow. Um, but I want to talk about narcissists as parents, and something interesting people have pointed out is like a lot of them like to have three kids because it creates like a triangle. Like you guys know, like the drama triangle. What's it called? Cartman's drama triangle in psychology, where they have the three kids to triangulate and pit against each other. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think all of them have that number, but I know like with my mom, she did. Um, you know, and I think a lot of them do. The number three is significant with them. But the drama triangle where they triangulate all the time. But um that it's the most fucked up thing. Like it's just like I feel like narcs and sociopaths, they get this like strong urge to procreate because the reason why is because they think they're so great, and they think they're so superior to everyone. Everyone's beneath them, and they gotta just like really pass their genes on because they feel like they gotta like pass their legacy on, even though nobody really gives a fuck about them or their legacy, but they think they're that special. So they think that they're so important that they gotta do this because my legacy, or um, because they just feel the need, like I said, to create like that drama triangle where like they got like all the ones, like the three of them fighting against each other, and like being pit against each other to like compete with each other. So I don't know. That happened like when I was growing up. Constantly. It's evil because they'll they'll bring up like one sibling and be like, "Oh, well they did this and this better than you." And then try to get you fighting amongst each other and then divide you guys that way. But constantly comparing you guys, and it's just like it's fucked up because it's like a toddler, that wants to have a kid really bad, but like they shouldn't do that because they're basically a toddler in an adult's body. So they really don't have any business at all. And I truly believe that narcs and sociopaths should absolutely be prohibited from pro procreating. In general, I'm pretty much an anti-natalist at heart. I posted some videos about it. I'm against it because we all did not consent to be here. I know for sure in my case, like being chronically sick and all that, like um basically did like rob me, not only narcissistic abuse, but like being chronically ill like since childhood, basically, like that robs you of your childhood too, and it robs you of your youth. So you miss out so much on your life and your youth when you're chronically sick, right? And like nobody wants to be born, like that, like into bad health. And like a lot of time, like you can't obviously predict that, but like you kind of can sometimes. I don't know. But I just feel like that's why like I'm so against it. And also also like bodily autonomy. Like I'd say bodily autonomy is another big one because um it just feels like really gross and creepy to think there's like something inside of you, like that's like growing. It's just like it's always been like a disturbing thought to me. So like that's another thing, is like bodily autonomy, right? Like you want like freedom over your body. And I think a lot of the times, like if you guys think about it, like see, I'm straight, but like with like heterosexual sex, especially like for women, like I mean, at the end of the day, like think about it, like we're the ones being penetrated, right? So like we kind of like, I think the dynamic with like sex, at least like between I don't know, hetero, like it it's like a loss of the bodily autonomy for the woman, I feel, because like obviously she's the one, like, and it really does feel like a loss of like, on like a really deep level, it feels like a loss of your bodily autonomy, and I read like stories and stuff from women who like talk about, obviously, they feel like they have to perform duty sex, or like they feel coerced into it. And this has happened with uh or they feel like coerced into like physical, contact with the dude they're with. And like, I mean, it's just like a common thing, and that's your bodily autonomy right there. So it's like through coercion. And I've had this happen from dudes too. Like, I mean, cuz like they just feel like, "Oh, I got to get my needs met," but they don't care. They don't give a shit if you want to, you know, consent or what you want. And this happens a lot. Like, and a lot of them will try to play it off as innocent. Oh, I didn't mean it in that rapey kind of way, but a lot of the times it does happen, because they feel like you got to be obligated to them because you're with them and all this. Like, you don't, like, nobody's owed, sex, but like a lot of them feel entitled to it. So I feel like because of that, you like really do lose your bodily autonomy when you're in a relationship with a guy. You just like, I just feel like you do. And that's just how I feel on a deep level. So if you want to be free, like if you really want your bodily autonomy, I don't recommend to be in a relationship. But hey, like, I mean, I don't think a lot of like women have woken up to like that fact. I think a lot of them are really in denial, because I think the reality is like too painful for them to process. They can't handle that pain, because I don't know. I kind of started to understand that reality like not that long ago, or a long time ago, I mean, but yeah, so I kind of like knew that's how it kind of always was, and I was like, I don't want any parts of this. No, no, thank you. I value my freedom, my bodily autonomy, my right to my personal, body, my space, all that. But yeah, that's another thing. Like I said, you lose all control of that, right? And whatever happens, you're um basically screwed. You know, but not to mention all the health issues, and you could possibly die, you know, uh, during pregnancy and all this, and the health issues. You could get really sick, and there's so many cases. Like, I was told that I'm high risk. So if anything, like, okay, let me give an example. Like, so basically, abortion's illegal in a lot of states right now in the U.S. So like Texas especially is one of the worst. So there's like a permanent, like a total ban. So, like, a lot of women are just out there dying because even if you make abortion legal, like, there's still going to be abortions. They're just going to be under the table, and it's going to be really unsafe, right? And women are going to be dying left and right. And that's what we're seeing right now. But do you think that conservatives and other politicians, or whoever, um, who voted for Trump and all that, like, do you think that they give a fuck about what's going on right now and women dying everywhere in this country? No, they don't care. They don't care. They would, and a lot of these people, they haven't even taken a basic biology class. Like, they don't even understand fetal development. They don't understand anything about that. So they're like really ignorant, and just like try to like, loop people into all these emotional arguments, and they're not looking at like the science of anything. So a lot of them just get on their high horse when, you know like, literally women are dying everywhere because of these laws. So I'm not in a red state right now, and you could not, like, I'll never ever live in a red state again, because that's where I lived before, Florida. My home state is like a red state too, Florida. When I lived in Florida for like 10 years, like, I mean, it's like I just won't again. I just won't. And like, I heard, like, well, I know in the last election Miami-Dade got won over by the conservatives, and it was always blue. It was always like liberal before the last election in Miami, but then they got taken over by conservatives, so now it's red. And I guess I was a little bit shocked, but not really, because given the politics there, and the amount of like super rich people that live in Miami and have all their own like private homes, like also the culture, and also like a lot of Cubans there who like, and people from different countries that vote really conservative, like from different, like Haiti and all these different countries, and the Caribbean that, you know, are more conservative in their ideologies. So it kind of makes sense. And I think a lot of Cubans too, they're kind of used to like that kind of like dictatorship. So for them it's just like not a big deal, like for the voting for Trump. But I also think it's like stupid because it's like a lot of them are like being deported now in Miami, like the same immigrants that voted for Trump down there that just thought it was such a great idea because he turned on them. So he made it seem like he was like on the side of like the Cubans in Miami and the immigrants that voted for him. No. But anyway, I'm getting a little off track, so I wanted to talk about that. But like, I'll just give an example. Like, so if I was in Texas, like if I lived there, and like, let's say I got raped tomorrow, and I got pregnant from that rapist, you know, and then I was like forced to have the rapist baby. Like that's literally what's happening right now, like across the board, and they don't make exceptions, you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like a lot of the abortion laws and like a lot of the South, like the red states, the deep South, right now are more draconian and like barbaric than even like oppressive like totalitarian countries. Like I swear to God, like the laws they have made, anti-abortion laws in some of the red states are like more brutal and totalitarian than like a lot of even oppressive countries. Like that's what we have going on in the US right now. So that is why like I'm obviously like I'm in a blue state now. I'm going to continue to stay in a blue state, you know, for my own like protection. But like basically, like I said, I'm really high risk too. Like I kind of knew this obviously since, you know, knowing about my health issues and stuff when I was younger, and then getting diagnosed like in my mid 20s. Like I kind of basically knew like that I would be really screwed. Like I mean like in trouble if anything happened to me. Like if I were to have ever got pregnant, or even now, like it would be so high risk for me that like I could literally die like that. Like it could kill me, like, and not just like it could kill me like it's just like, oh well, it's dangerous for any women. Like it's not that. It literally could kill me because of like all my health issues, right? And my health issues that are specific to complicated, you know, a high risk complicated pregnancy that would that's very much likely to kill you. So I knew that, and I was like, oh fuck no, because I know how dangerous it would be for me for that to happen, for my health. And I was told I'm really, really high risk. So not only would I be forced to carry out a pregnancy for my rapist baby in a red state, most likely, and I wouldn't be able to get access to an abortion. Um, but I most like definitely would die like during, because it would just literally kill me. And I know for sure like 100% I would definitely get like just permanent like diabetes, probably some kind of hemorrhage, stroke, like permanent disability. Yeah, for sure. I mean, because of the health issues I have that literally are contradictory to pregnancy and all that. Like literally, PCOS, all that. Like no, 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 no. And that's a really, really bad idea. It's a really bad idea to do, and I just think it's so bizarre and crazy. Like some of the women that will go through with it, with like any of those complications, any of those health issues. I think it's crazy. Like it sounds like suicidal. I mean, some of them do it, but I think it's like looks like suicide to me. So yeah, no way. And um, so that's probably what would happen. Definitely. And so I would have to go through like permanent disfigurement, lifelong, full blown diabetes, permanent diabetes, not just diabetes you get through the pregnancy, then it goes away. Permanent diabetes, permanent, super, like huge complications with my health, permanent, lifelong. I ain't fucking doing that. I'm not putting myself at that risk. But like I said, that is what would happen. Like I wouldn't have any protections or access to any medical care, health care. That's what's going on in this country right now. So I have access to that right now, luckily, because I live in a blue state. But it's really, really horrific what's happened in the U.S. right now. So I don't know, but yeah, like, so just talking about all that, narcs, hang on a minute. Narcs and sociopaths, really, really badly want to be parents so that basically like the reason is for supply and like also they just want to be like dictators basically and like bully and abuse their kids. That's why they have them, a lot of them. And a lot of them like it's to try to look normal when they're anything but. They're fucking abuser, they're a pedo, they're all these things. But it like it's literally all about image for them and to appear like they're a functioning normal member of society, and they can point the finger at other people that don't follow the same, you know, lifestyle and be like, oh well, you're immature, or like you're all these things, you're not responsible, so they can look down on other people. That's why a lot of them do it, I think. So yeah, I mean that, and it's scary. Like I think they should totally be prohibited and not allowed to procreate for sure. I think they should be sterilized. Like I think they should be snipped. I think they should have their whatever's cut off. Like whatever you gotta do, just no, no, no. Like they should not be allowed. Like we need like literal diagnoses. Like we need like brain scans to like literally show that they're a sociopath, a narcissist, and they should not be allowed. Like, they should not be given that right to procreate. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think they should be allowed at all. But see, a lot of them want to. Like, I find a lot of them versus, like, the really independent, you know, like, empaths who go their own way and do their own thing. A lot of them are child-free. They're really chill people. But, like, and they like to keep their lives simple. But, like, narcissists, sociopaths, no. A lot of them want to go on and have kids, and a lot of them don't even take care of their own kids. But the thing is, like they could really really dislike, you know, like even hate kids like being around them, but they'll still have them. And that's a crazy thing to me, is like my mom did this. Like she literally had like 3 kids, but like she really hated the kids. Like she doesn't have any patience. Like she wants to do her own thing all the time. She never ever wanted to like, that's why she didn't take care of us. She dropped us off when we were like little and basically pawned us off onto someone else. But like, you know, like she didn't want, but she did it anyway. Like that's stupid. Like that's dumb. Like to me, like I mean, if you like don't like being around kids at all, like you get annoyed, like you're impatient, like you can't stand them. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like why? Like why did you go through with it? You know what I mean? So, but they do. Like they do. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about them, is like they literally like don't care. Like they don't care. Like they literally like go through with it. And they do it anyway. They do it anyway. Like th- it doesn't make any sense at all. It makes no sense. Like looking at her, taking one look, you would be like, nah, like she shouldn't be doing something like that. What do? They do it anyway. Like it's just so stupid. Like, and but I know that for me for sure. I'm like, no, thank you, not for me. Like I'm super impatient. I like to do my own thing. I love to travel. I don't want to have to accommodate anybody else's schedule. So I know for sure that's not for me, and I'm not gonna do anything like, you know, go through with that. But she did. Like they do that. And it's like stupid. Like it's dumb. It doesn't make any logical sense because like nothing they do is logical. So that's what a lot of them do. They're not rational at all. And um but that's, I think that's why a lot of them want to do it. They're not rational. Like it's like they know deep down they're an abuser. They know deep down they're a predator and all this, and they just want that power and control over somebody helpless that they can basically like torture and abuse, who's going to look up to them no matter what and admire them because like they're just a stupid like little kid. I mean, I don't mean to call them stupid, but they are kind of like dumb. I mean, we're all like dumb as kids. So they're going to like basically like look up to them and like admire and like worship them because they don't know any better. They're just like a stupid kid. And that is what they're going to literally do. Um and that's what they want. That's literally what they want. That's what they want. They want them to like look up to them and like admire them and all this stuff and give them the it's the ultimate supply. Like kids are literally the ultimate supply for a narcissist, and they can just pop them out or just reproduce and just not give a flying fuck about them and just to like you know spawn and just for no fucking reason. They didn't even want them. They just literally do it just to do it like animals, they don't even think about anything. It's just stupid. Like it's dumb as hell, but a lot of them do it. And like I said, they have no business whatsoever doing like reproducing, especially knowing they're an abuser, knowing they're a predator, knowing they abuse and harm women and children. No, they should not be allowed to procreate, but a lot of them go on to do it, you guys. And so one of my exes, like I don't know how, like, so he like ended up, I don't know, he has like a son or whatever, and it's just like thinking back on it, like, and I traveled with him for a while. Like there is no way in hell like that guy should have ever like been allowed to like ever reproduce, like ever, literally. And I actually thought that he was child free because he was like always talking about he probably just lied to me. Like he lied, like they lie about everything, but because he talked about, oh yeah, I like to travel, I like to do my own thing, so I don't really want to do this. He made it kind of seem like he that wasn't the lifestyle he wanted, but he ended up doing it anyway because what do they want? They want that status, right? It's all about their image. So, um, but yeah, like I found that out. I was like, oh my God, like there is no way in hell this guy should have ever been allowed to uh to have a kid, to reproduce. I mean, because obviously he's gonna turn that kid into a narcissist. He had like a son, so I'm like, he's probably gonna like turn him out to be a narc or whatever. And it's just creating another abuser, right? That's gonna go out and terrorize women and children. Like it's so like they should not be allowed to reproduce, and there should be a law seriously like banning them from doing it. And like but he did, and I'm just like, oh my God. And of course he's using the kid as supply because that's what they do to try to get probably attention from women or just something. But it's just so disturbing. Like it's just like the way they treat people like objects and they treat kids like objects. It's just like so, I don't know, but like I said, that's what he did. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I just feel so sorry for like the world. I feel bad for the kid. I mean, they're probably gonna turn out to be a narcissist anyway. But all that stuff, like I said, these abusers should not be allowed to reproduce. They shouldn't. There has to be some kind of law passed that doesn't allow them to do that. Like, it shouldn't be allowed. But a lot of them want to do it. Like I said, they want to do it, and they want to become parents because they want the status and they want to appear normal. Even though a lot of them, like I said, I know narcs, I know them, and I know a lot of them deep down like fucking hate kids. They don't like them at all, but they do it anyway. They do it anyway because, like I said, the image, the status. And I mean, a lot of them are like super immature anyway. Like they're just basically a toddler in an adult's body. So for them, like also being like super immature and they relate, that's who they relate to, our kids, because they act just like one on the inside. So for them it's like they can look at like a kid and be like, oh, I relate to them because I think and act just like them. That's how they're super immature. So I can kind of see that too. But like I said, just thinking about it, like they should not be allowed to. And just seeing that, like, it's just like horror being unleashed onto the earth, like seeing that and witnessing that. And I just thought to myself, that is so scary. Like, he did that. And I'm just like, I just pictured it. Like, I'm like a guy like that, like, he should literally have just been locked up in like a straitjacket for the rest of his life. Like, he should not have been allowed to like access any other women or children, like, after dealing with him. Like, no, like he like having ASPD and NPD, because he's like a malignant narcissist. That's like both a mixture of NPD and ASP. He should never have been allowed to be around other women or anything. Like, or like not have been allowed, like like but he did, because that's the thing about these abusers is they walk away scot free after they abuse somebody. Like they get away with the crime, a lot of them. As a lot of these crimes don't get prosecuted, then they go on to to have kids and do all this shit with other people. And like I said, it should like be totally like illegal for them to be able to do that. It should. Um, yeah, and a lot of them end up doing it. I mean, it's just like, yeah, I all I can say is like, thank God that was not me, because it's like the perfect way for a male abuser to trap women, especially. Like, think about it. Like, you're basically like disabled for 9 months. You can't do a whole lot. You can't work a whole lot. You can't move around. You're stuck basically in the house, and he can just abuse you, cheat on you the whole time that you're basically like pregnant and do all this stuff. That's when the torture really begins. So I told myself, after witnessing all this growing up and all this, I said, there's no way in hell I'm ever gonna live with a man. There's no way in hell I'm ever gonna, get married or get pregnant or anything. No. Like that's literally how the trauma stops with me, cuz it's not happening. I don't give a fuck how nice he is. I don't care how much of a good guy he is. There is no convincing that a guy can ever do to get me to let my guard down. None. Period. I don't care. Like I said, he could say he's a good person. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. So, like I said, it's crazy, but that's what they do, and like they should not be allowed to. Like they should not be allowed to. Like they'll be out here literally abusing, stalking, torturing, like raping, all this stuff, and then like try to present this image like they're a family man and they're all this. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. They're not. They're predators. They're literally predators. They're like online the whole time, like stalking and like torturing people and trying to get away with all this, these crimes. And meanwhile they're like presenting this image like they're somehow normal. Like I just think these abusers, like these narcissists, they love the idea of like being in, just showing the world that they're married, showing the world they've got a family, all this. Like the reason is it's literally to hide the fact they're a predator. And I'm starting to honestly think, and not everybody who wants like, to have like a marriage and family and all that. I'm not saying they're all narcs and predators, but I'm honestly thinking, because like that's the norm that's pushed on society, right? And I really do think that like a lot of these institutions, like, marriage, children, all this stuff, were literally built by and for narcissists. And like I stand on that. Like I'm serious. I don't think, I don't know. I really do think narcissists invented a lot of these institutions because it benefits them. It really does. It benefits them. All of these institutions literally benefit them. And they don't benefit empaths. They don't benefit, like, I don't know. I just feel like that. And, um, God. I just got a headache from all this. But, um, yeah, and that's kind of like why, like, I fucking do not like, and I pretty much hate the idea of like marriage, kids, family, all that. Like I hate it. And I think it's just like it's like literally an institution built by and for them. Literally. Um yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say, you guys. I do think that the safest, most sane approach, like rational approach, is literally for people like survivors to just literally say like F you to everybody that approaches, and just do their own thing. I'm getting to a point now, especially for like women survivors, but I'm just telling you how I really feel. And I think honestly, like I'm telling you, I think that's your best bet, like in life. I'm sorry, like I know it sounds cynical, but like literally I'm telling you, and I don't care who it is. I don't care who approaches you, just literally assume the worst every single time. Like, and of course the narcs will be in the background. Oh, you're so negative. They love to call us negative, right? Which is hilarious because they're negative all the time. Um But yeah, I mean, it's just like I'm just literally like saying that like that's your best bet. Just assume the worst. Don't give anybody a chance. Just don't do it. Just don't. And the scary thing is, I think like for a lot of us women too, it's really scary because a lot of guys, like a lot of dudes, do not react well to rejection. They don't take rejection well. There's literally so many cases across the world of like women literally getting stabbed like in public for saying no to a guy. I mean, it's really scary, but like I don't know. I mean, we can't just keep walking around living in fear of like, rejecting dudes and stuff, but like, you gotta like, I don't know, just get used to it. Like, um, so just like that they stay away from you. I swear to God. But like it really yeah, I mean, across the world there's like so many instances of women saying no, refusing to like, you know, talk to a dude who's trying to feel entitled to like her talking to him and giving him and attention, like, and then just goes ape shit, goes ballistic when she just like doesn't want to fucking talk to him, and then he like feels rejected and then just lashes out and like stabs her or whatever, and feels entitled to kill her over rejecting him. It's so stupid, like it's crazy that they're allowed to get away with that. Like it's about male entitlement also, and feeling like they're entitled to like women, and that's why they feel like they can react that way when they get rejected, and like overreact and just basically like hurt her or like kill her for doing it. And to me, like that's like dumb because like being rejected, how does that equate? How is that any way an equivalence with being violent towards someone or murdering somebody for being rejected? Like that's stupid. I'll never understand that whole rejection thing. Like I really won't. Like it's entitlement. That's all it is literally entitlement. Um so yeah, but like I said, I'm just really like angry at the state of things, and I really think that narcs and sociopaths should not be allowed at all to have kids. And the reason why they're so obsessed with it and they want it so bad, um, and they want to call themselves parents or whatever the fuck, even though they have no business doing that, is for like the reasons I said before. But yeah, they really don't have any business doing it, and the majority of the time, from the male narcissist, it's literally just a trap. It's a way to trap women, to slow women down, to slow them down, to take them out of their career, take them out of, something financially to support themselves so that he can financially abuse her, control the money, and basically control her by controlling the money. Because as women, you gotta understand, like with narcissistic abuse, not only is it an individual, personal, case by case basis, but on a systemic level, like talking about systemically, I think in the case of male narcissists abusing women, they have an entire system, right, to back them in that abuse. It's called patriarchy, okay? Female abusers, female narcissists that abuse their victims, they don't have an entire system backing them in their abuse, right? Like they're still under patriarchy too. They're still under the thumb. Female narcissists are still under the thumb of patriarchy too. So they're still oppressed by patriarchy too. They don't have an entire system backing their abuse of others, right? But male narcissists do. And they know this. I think a lot of them know this deep down, and they play on that, right? They play on that systemic structural imbalance and gender inequality and all that. They play on that. And of course they use it to their advantage, because then they can be like, well, this is just normal. This is just the way things are in society, don't you know? Like, this is what it means to be a man, and this is what it means for you to be a woman, and all. They can literally use all these like I said, systemic things, like to back their abuse. Like abusive males, like abusive male narcissists have an entire system to back and justify their abuse. Women don't. We don't got anything like that. So they literally do, and they know this, and they play on it. They play on it. In my past, instances with male narcissists, they absolutely took advantage of patriarchy and played on it 100%. and use that to back their abuse 100%. And this is another reason why after narcissistic abuse I delved so much into feminism and understanding the system we live in and everything. It really helped me understand how these male abusers will like literally latch on and use patriarchy to their advantage. And it helped me understand that really well. And they absolutely do. Because like I said, they have an entire system backing them. And justifying their abuse. And that's also kind of when I came to like the light bulb moment that just said, you know what? Like, F this. Like, I'm going to be single the rest of my life. The reason is because I know for damn sure, like, if I were to ever get into a relationship with a dude again, like, that he would have an entire system backing him in case he ever turned out to be abusive or turned on me one day. And I told myself, this isn't right. This isn't fair. And I just said, never again, never again. I'm not going to put myself through that injustice again. And inevitably, there's going to be that power imbalance if I ever get with a dude because of the gender imbalance, gender inequality. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself in a position ever again in my life to be in that imbalance, that power imbalance. I'm not doing it. No. I think that's the most rational thing. It really is for women to do. It totally is, but a lot of them, you know, they're never going to do that. Like, they're just going to kind of go along with, like, you know, what other people want from them. So, but yeah, like I said, I just don't know why, like, a lot of, like, I do know why, like, a lot of them really want to be parents, but, as a child, obviously, that grew up with, you know, under narcissists, and I'm a staunch anti-natalist. Like I said, I'm child free. I'm an anti-natalist, and I do not think that they should be allowed at all to procreate. And um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just it really strikes a serious personal nerve for me because I understand all the dynamics involved in that really deeply, and it just angers the hell out of me. But yeah, they have no fucking business. One of my narc siblings, the oldest one, like, she has a kid now. Should she have been ever allowed to procreate? No. No, she should not. Not under my watch, she wouldn't have. But they do. They do. You know, we don't need more people in this fucking world. We have like over 8 billion people. We don't. We literally don't. But yeah, so they do. They did, and I'm just like, wow, so predictable. Because they will. They literally will. It's almost like they have to. You know, narcissists feel like they have to, like I said, for all the reasons I said earlier, and just to bring more suffering into the world. That's literally what they want to do. Just bring more suffering into the world, you know. And um I mean, it just like it boils my blood that they are like ever allowed to do that. Like, it's just I don't know. But I just wanted to say that cuz I'm like upset that like they I don't know. It's just like it's just disturbing that they were like ever allowed to do that. I just I don't get it. Like, I don't know what their obsession is. Like, I don't like they are obsessed, you guys. Like, they're so fucking obsessed with like reproducing, and it's like, why? Like, you're fucking narcissist. Like, you're fucking sociopath. Like, you don't care about anybody. So what the fuck are you doing? Like, and I think, like I said, I they know this deep down, but do they care? No. They're just gonna act impulsively. They don't care. They don't think things through. They don't think anything through. Like, you can't tell that. Like, you can't tell them anything. Like, you can't. They think they know it all. And yeah, You can count me out of all the bullshit. I'm not participating. I'm not involved. Like, no, no, no. I don't want anything to do with that bullshit. And I'm kind of glad, I'll be honest, that I'm free from all those obligations. Like, I never really liked family gatherings. I never liked any of that bullshit. And I'm so glad to be free from that. Cause like I just think another thing too is I think the whole concept of family was also invented by and for narcissists. Um, I'll get into that maybe in another video, but yeah, I for sure think it was. It's just to like trap people with each other, like basically, and that don't want to be around each other. Like, I don't know. That's a whole other video, but I think that was also created by and for them. Because I mean, I guess I have no desire to be a part of any family or or be anywhere around that. I just think the whole idea is like stupid. Like I don't like it. But like I said, I think that's another concept that like was made by and for them. The whole like nuclear family structure and all that literally was like made to benefit them and also benefit patriarchy, but like it was literally like made by and for them. So that's just my